Hi, this is for all of my PCOS warriors out there. Have you been told just lose weight or take the pill, which has its own issues, but you still don't feel great or you're having infertility problems? Well, today I'm going to break down exactly what's happening inside of your body when you have PCOS and how we can help calm the chaos naturally. Imagine your body is like a neighborhood and each house represents a cell. In some of these houses, they're having a house party. They have sugar molecules in there creating energy. They're having fun. They're dancing around. They're having a full house party. And outside, you have a door monitor aimed insulin. You can't have too many people inside the party, so insulin makes sure that, there's not too many people in there. But over time, more and more people and party goers start showing up. Insulin is knocking, and the door's getting a little rusty from being open so many times. There's just too many people inside the party. So insulin just keeps knocking louder and louder. But there's nowhere for any of these people to go. They can't have any more people inside this house. So insulin's knocking louder and louder, and it's yelling, hey, we've got a lot of sugar molecules and people out here lining up waiting to get in. Can't you hear us? And the yelling gets louder and louder and louder. As this insulin keeps knocking, the neighborhood's getting noisier and noisier, and everybody's noticing. So now think of your ovaries as the cops. They get called because of all the noise. They're hearing it, so they dispatch to the scene thinking there's an emergency. What do? Instead of helping, they get out their megaphones, which is testosterone and your androgen hormones, and they start screaming and adding to the chaos. Now they're adding to the chaos. They're not helping anything at all. And they're screaming and screaming, and the more cops that show up, they have more and more megaphones, and they're screaming, so you have more and more testosterone building inside of your body. And your insulin is still knocking. So the insulin is knocking, the cops are yelling in their megaphones. It's total chaos. Up the street, there's a neighborhood watch. That's your brain, your hypothalamus, and your pituitary system. They like to keep everything in smooth working order. And typically, they nicely send out messages through the Nextdoor app, through your FSH and your LH hormones, and they send it out to different businesses telling them what to do. One of these businesses is a bakery. But as the noise continues and it's getting more and more ruckus and there's more and more text coming in through the Nextdoor app, they can't control it anymore. So they start sending out more and more messages and they're just getting more and more confused. So they're sending out way more LH and less FSH than they should. And this bakery now is getting all these messages and it keeps putting the cookies in and taking them out too soon and putting them in and taking them out too soon. And what happens is you have a whole bunch of underbaked cookies. And these underbaked cookies represent your follicles. So what you're seeing on the ultrasound is a whole bunch of underbaked cookies or follicles that didn't get a chance to actually mature or bake into the full cookie because of all of the noise. The way to calm the neighborhood isn't to fight with the cops or shut down the bakery. It's to quiet down the noise and the knocking. When the insulin levels settle and the noises fade, the neighborhood watch starts to settle down as well. And they can now start sending out messages nice and easy like they used to before to the bakery. And the bakery each month makes a perfect batch of cookies, and that's normal ovulation. PCOS is not your body being broken. It just means your neighborhood has too much noise. So once we start to calm down the noise and all of the messaging can be correct, we can fix that insulin traffic and the whole community will find its rhythm again. So how do we do this? We need to quiet down that insulin and help your insulin resistance. So what's the first thing you can do? Move. You just get your body moving. That's one of the best ways to fight against insulin resistance. The second one would be to increase strength training 2 to 3 times a week. Now, I'm not talking about going to the gym and doing heavy weightlifting all the time, but resistance band training, as well as light, easy weights, 5 or 10 pound bicep curls. Stand up from your desk every once in a while and do a few exercises. Your body really will thank you. If you do that after a meal, it's bonus points. Also, you want to start your meals with protein and veggies. Simple carbohydrates actually just turn to sugar inside of your body, which cause your insulin to knock louder and louder. So you start your day with protein and vegetables, and that is the best way to start lowering your insulin resistance. Second way to do this is you have to sync your rhythm. This is about sleep. Sleeping 7 to 9 hours a day. You want to also manage your stress. You want to support your nutrients, and you want to check out your gut. You want to make sure you're getting the right foods. You want to make sure that you're getting the right fiber. Everybody's gut is different. We have testing for that. Also, helping support your nutrients with different supplements or even with just food. We have testing for that as well. Everybody is different. Everybody's stress is different, although it can affect the body very much the same way. So there are tests out there that can really help you get down to the root cause of why you have PCOS, because you don't have to live with this. There are fixes for it, and there are ways of going into remission. If you liked this content or want to hear more about PCOS, and I can break it down a little further into what steps I'm talking about, please message me below or DM me, and we'll get more content available for you. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye.